I inspected around 50 properties and everyone said no. I called around 100 agents and everyone said no, we don't allow STR.
Tell me about your biggest booking ever.
Imagine this, you spend 6 years at university studying for a respected profession. You sacrifice your time, your social life, and your energy because you believe you are building a secure future. You follow the traditional path your parents, your teachers, and your peers encourage you to take. You graduate, you earn the title, and you step into a career that most people would consider successful. But at some point, you start to question whether security is the same thing as fulfillment. This is Nabil, a full-time doctor who walked away from one of the most secure, respected careers in the world to build an Airbnb rental arbitrage business. And no, he didn't leave his career because he failed at it. He left it because he realized he wanted ownership over his time and his income. And within months of starting Airbnb, his business was generating more than his medical salary. In this interview, Nabil shares why his journey was not about rejecting the traditional path, but by realizing that there are other ways to build a life on your own terms. This is his story. Nabil, I'm super excited to have you on. And the last time we talked, I remember you just got out of the hospital and you made $15,000 while being in the hospital from Airbnb bookings. Is that right?
Yes, correct. 4 months before.
First of all, I'll get you to introduce yourself. How old are you? How long have you been doing Airbnb for? What were you doing beforehand as well?
I'm Nazmul Nabil. I'm 30 years old. I'm a medical doctor and from Bangladesh. I just moved in Australia 2024 with a big goal and large vision. I started my Airbnb in September last year. So it's around 6 months. And during this short time, I have built Airbnb homes with 11 properties and 17 listings across Sydney.
And ever since then, I've been seeing you spam the wins chat. I've been seeing your crazy bookings, your crazy properties. And show the audience where you're at right now.
Right now, I'm one of my Airbnb properties. It's in NSW Sydney.
That looks beautiful.
You can see.
Is there a pool outside?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
You can see the pool there.
Yeah. And are you renting this property?
Yeah, I'm renting this property.
So how much is the rent for that one?
The rent is $1,400 per week.
And how much are you making off that property?
Right now, I just finished furnishing everything. I think listing tonight this property.
What count is this?
This is the number 10 properties.
Number 10.
No, not number 10, number 11 properties.
Number 11 properties.
Number 11.
Awesome. I saw in the chat that you put 17. Is that like some management deals as well?
No, the one properties I told you, I got a very big, large house. So I made it a separate listing. So my listing is 17 right now.
So you have 17 listings and 11 properties. So one house was split up into 6 listings?
Yeah.
That's a massive house, and that's kind of like a rooming strategy, right? So
yeah, room strategy. I applied in there.
Man, you've really been smashing it recently. Honestly, your portfolio has probably grown the fastest, at least in the top 5% of our community. So props to you. It's very commendable. I see the hunger and drive that you have. And it's very commendable. Let's go back in time because I want to discuss how you kind of started. What made you start Airbnb and why did you even start it in the first place?
I became a doctor, but deep inside, I want to be an entrepreneur. When I met you in the first day, I told you I want to build something that is my own. I want to work for myself. I don't want to work for others. That's the thing I want to make. And also, since my childhood, I feel I have a passion with property and real estate. When I found this Airbnb strategy, I think I can grow in here. First time, I took 3 properties. I take it as an experiment. I don't know anything about this. To be honest, this is my first business that I have done.
Really? This is your first ever business venture?
Yeah, first ever business. This is my first startup. Never done any business or anything before. Only I have completed my studies and moved in Australia.
As a first-time business owner, what kind of fears did you have to overcome? Did you have to mentally have a perspective shift when starting this business?
Yes. Actually, the decision was not emotional. The decision was very calculated. I have believed in myself. So when I started and the system is working very well, so I feel I can give more focus in here. And the first properties took me very long. I think 3 to 4 weeks. I need 3 to 4 weeks to secure that one. But I inspected around 50 properties and everyone said no. I called around 100 agents and everyone said no, we don't allow STR. That was very frustrating. When I secured my first properties, I got the momentum. And after that, I secured another 2 properties. Right now, you know what I'm doing.
Yeah. That's kind of the barrier that you have to go through when you start Airbnb Arbitrage. Like you have to make your connections, you have to do volume work, you have to really push and expand your outreach so that you get that first property. And once you get that first yes, it becomes easier and easier. Your second one comes instantly, third one comes instantly. And then all of a sudden you have a full cash flowing Airbnb business running. And it happens very fast. As soon as you got your first one, now you have 10 in the matter of like a couple months after that.
Right now, I'm getting calls from my agents and they are happy to give me the properties. Like during this time, I built trust. They have trust on me. So they're very happy to give me property rather than longer tenants.
Exactly. Because ultimately you are the ideal tenant. I mean, you're staying for a long period of time. You're guaranteeing them rent paid on time every single month. You're cleaning the properties every few days. You're taking care of their property, right? Now that you have that proof of track record and that credibility, they'll keep coming to you with more and more properties.
Yes, definitely. Exactly.
So how does your work and life compare now as to back then when you were working as a doctor?
When I work as a doctor or when I studied medicine, it teaches me discipline, responsibility, and extreme attention to detail. So this helped me to grow in here. As a doctor, my income was predictable and my life was, I working very hard, payday to payday. I work for 9 to 5. When I work more, I earn more. When I work less, I earn less. So if I was not here, but my system will be building something, growing something. When I jumped into this business, I feel I can spend more time with my family right now. I don't have any pressure. Also, right now, it gives me a leadership that I enjoy. I have a big team, 10 to 12 people. They are working with me. We have a big vision. Every day, we are dreaming of something.
Isn't that amazing? Beforehand, you were stuck to like a strict work schedule, right? You had to work from 9 to 5. Your income was capped with the amount of hours that you work. But nowadays, your income depends on your skill and your ability to build systems. Tell me a little bit more about how that has played a role in giving you more freedom, letting you spend time with family and friends.
Business gives me more flexibility. It also demands constant thinking, my decision making and responsibility. In medicine, the income is very linear. In business, income is also higher, accountability. In this business, if you want to make $1 million, you can.
And you're almost there.
Yeah, and also in here, to run the whole system, the whole team, I need to spend 3 to 4 hours a day. It gives
3 to 4
more
hours a day to run everything.
To run everything 3 to 4 hours in a day. Yeah.
It was only recently that you left your job as a doctor. How long ago was that?
6 months. When I started.
6 months ago, you left your job as a doctor. What kind of sparked that decision? Because a lot of people I know even are starting to become doctors. Like that's their dream. What made you kind of move on from that life and go into your venture?
To be honest, I told you firstly, entrepreneurship is my mind. I want to be an entrepreneur rather than working. What doesn't matter, I'm doctor or engineer, anything. Yeah, I know that lots of people wants to be a doctor. It's a noble profession, everything. But when you think about your life, it changed when I think I want to work for myself. I want to build something, not just income. You can make money if you can do any job. I believe I did what I like. Here, doctor or engineering doesn't matter if you want to make something incredible.
So it's less for you about the income. It's less for you about the money. It's more about upskilling yourself and kind of building something that means a lot to you. Is that right? So being in business kind of was able to give you that line of direction and that vision. And how does it make you feel being able to leave your job as a doctor and completely supplement that income with Airbnb?
To be honest, it's not bad. I earn more than what a doctor make. In profession, I told you the doctor is a noble profession. Profession doesn't define anyone. Not only interested to only Airbnb business. Right now, I am moving to owning assets, not only leasing.
Okay. Now that you're in the real estate market, you kind of have a better understanding about the property market in general. Now that you have the understanding, you can get into the real estate market by owning assets. Is that right?
Yes, correct.
For everyone back home, run me through like the timeline of you picking up these properties. What happened? How long did you dial for? How long did you search for your first property for? Then how long did it take to get your second, third one, etc.?
The first property, it took me around 4 weeks. The second and third one, when I secured the first property, when I see the constant booking came, and the model is working perfectly, then it gives me confidence. Then I signed around 6 properties at a time.
6 properties at
Six
once.
properties at once.
That's how much confidence that you had in the business model. And
Six-
how did that work out? How did that work out?
My occupancy rate, if you just see my occupancy rate, you just amazing. It's around 90%.
Wow.
I can say sometimes some properties are 100%.
Did you expect your business to yield results that fast?
I think so. I believe in it.
And now you're sitting at 11 properties. What does that translate to in revenue? How much did you make in December or January, for example?
In January, we couldn't start the 11 properties. In February, we started our right now 11.
Yep.
So in January, we made $41,000 with 6 properties.
Revenue or?
Is the revenue. When we started in September, my September revenue was $4,400.
$4,400. That was your very first. That was
Very,
your very first
the
property?
first month revenue. And the second month we made around $20,000. The third month we are constantly making over $40,000.
So you went from 5K in your first month to 20K in your second month, and then 40K consistently now.
Yeah.
And it's only been 6 months since you started.
This month we're gonna expect 75K.
Crazy. What does that translate to in profit, by the way?
The December we made around $25,000 in net profit. The January same.
Yeah, that's because of the high season, right? From the New Year's bookings and things like that.
Yep.
Where do you see this business going?
I want to see the Airbnb Homes managing around 200 properties across Sydney and the whole Australia.
Yeah.
This is my goal when I started this business. When I joined in your program, the first day, I think that guy named Brian asked me, what's your goal? I said to him, I want to run around 100 properties. So he just looked at me, what the guy is telling about.
You thought this guy's crazy, but look at you now. You're almost there. You're a tenth of the way there. On an exponential scale, you're going to scale much faster now that you have your systems in place, right? So when do you expect that you'll hit 100 properties?
Around 2 years.
I think that's very, very possible, very achievable. Nabil, tell me about your biggest booking ever.
$34,200. I'm currently hosting this guest right now.
It's locked in.
Yeah, locked in up to May.
What was the net profit on that one?
Around $20,000.
Wow, $20,000 from one booking in net profit.
Yeah,
and how many?
Because my weekly rent of that property was very low, only $750. So I made very, very good money from there.
How did it make you feel when that booking came in?
When the inquiry came in, I couldn't believe. I thought, oh, it may be a scam. But I gave her a reply. Within 2 minutes, she booked my property. So I just called my wife. Is this real? She said, yes, this is real.
Let's go. $20,000 like that.
Yes.
and you made $15,000 in the hospital, right? Is that how many properties were you at then, roughly?
That time I had only 3 properties.
And while you were on the hospital bed, were you just scrolling, seeing the notifications?
Yes. But I was super excited. I couldn't sleep at the bed.
How long were you in hospital for?
Around 7 days.
And in that week, you made $15,000 in revenue. That's incredible. What would have happened if you didn't start this business model? Where would you be right now?
If I don't start this business, my life was same like before. I had to work hard. My life was payday to payday. My income was the same. And I feel like my life being the same. I'm doing the same thing again and again. But in here, every day is new and I am learning in every day. Every time, every moment, I'm learning new things. I implement new things. It makes me more confident and more life easier.
Fulfilled, right? You feel fulfilled.
Yep.
What would you tell someone who is curious about? Tell me, what was B&B success like? Like, what was the guidance, like the support from your mentors, which is me? How was that like?
How you reacted with me from the first, it helped me to grow. Your every words, every thinking, Jordan, give me inspiration. I also know about you. I think you got chance in medical.
Yes, I was. I was in medical field as well.
When I started to see your video, it inspired me. Like, this guy only chance to study in medical, but I have completed in this. So if this guy can make, I can do. That was my thinking on that day.
What about the community in B&B Success?
In B&B Success, everything is very helpful. Everyone try to help each other. with their thoughts, with their experience. Very, 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 very nice. I feel everyone is very nice. I was too busy with my properties and these things. I can't give more time in here. But when I need any advice, here everyone try to help.
And that's
So
the
I'm
culture
very
that we
happy to join in this community. I'm very happy.
That's the culture that we want in B&B Success. We want people like you guys that are extremely hungry, extremely driven, and always helping each other. Because at the end of the day, we're all on the same path. We're all trying to get to the same destination, but we're going to be there. We're going to get there faster by helping each other get there. Yeah, thank you so much for the kind words. I'm so glad to hear how much success has come to you after starting rental arbitrage. It actually warmed my heart to see you succeed.
Thanks to you, Jordan. Actually, and not only you, the people working behind you, I would like to give thanks to all of them. From the first call to Brian, since today, journey was incredible.
Yeah, not only do I see success in you monetarily, but I also see that your mindset has changed a lot and you feel more fulfilled and you're doing something that you want to be doing and you're on a path that you actually like and you enjoy. It honestly means more than any dollar figure at all.
Thank you, Jordan. Hope to see you in next couple of months.
What would you tell someone who is curious about B&B Success, curious about rental arbitrage in general?
Truly speaking, if someone has passion to do something for his own, I would tell him dive in. Here is lots of opportunity. Don't think about the money. Think about something creation. If you create something, you don't have to think about the money. B&B Success, actually, I told you honestly, I know only Airbnb application, but I didn't know how to run any Airbnb. So from the first day, I have learned so many things from you, your team. The pathway very easier for me. Anyone might join and they have passion about property or they have a passion to make something for his own, I would definitely recommend B&B Success and would like to give them 5-star review.
Thank you very much for those kind words. If you get one thing out of this conversation, it should be this. There isn't one way to build a successful life. Nabil didn't leave medicine because he had to. And it wasn't even because he hated his career. He left because he felt like he had stopped growing and he wanted to build something on his own. And I have seen this exact same story with hundreds of everyday Australians who are trying to leave their jobs. The desire to escape is rarely just about the money. Now, money can buy you freedom, but it's not what creates fulfillment. What I've noticed is that most people want to leave because they no longer feel like they are growing at the pace that they want to be. They feel capped in a role where their potential has a ceiling, and over time that turns into watching the clock, counting down the hours, and doing just enough to get through the day. At that point, you are no longer working to build a life that you are excited about. You are just simply working to survive. So if you enjoyed this conversation, like and subscribe for more real stories like this. And if you're serious about building your own Airbnb business, you'll find the next steps in the description below.